It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down to turn 1 of this 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through these 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of turn 9.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
Hi guys, CombinedYoutuber here. Welcome to the F1 2016 Quick Race Career Mode. Today we'll be doing the Spanish Grand Prix, the round 5 of the season in Barcelona, Catalunya. And we have a full sunny race for the whole race, which is a good thing. And our strategy will be starting on the soft tyres, which is the fastest tyre in Spain, and we'll end on the medium tyres. That's probably the usual strategy, to be honest. And this is the 5th race of the season. We'll be starting on 8th from 8th on the grid. That's where the game has put us, and here we are with the formation lap. We actually get a decent start on the formation lap this time. And yeah, let's hope we have a good race in the Spanish Grand Prix, because we had a good result in Russia last time. We had a good race where we came for the comeback after smashing into Bottas. Let's hope we can improve in this one. We're behind Raikkonen on this formation lap, who's in 7th in the Ferrari. And here we go, is the chicane. And now lining up on the grid for the Spanish Grand Prix, the 5th round in the Circuit de Catalunya. Let's hope we can have a good race here. They're lining up on the grid now for the Spanish Grand Prix. Here we go. This is going to be an interesting race. With the tyre wear in this track, with everything else in this track. We go lining up on our grid slot in 8th position on the grid. And we have Felipe Massa, Kvyat and Sainz there in 11th. And here we go. They're all lined up. And here we are for the lights of the Spanish Grand Prix, round 5 of the season. The lights are coming on here in Spain. As away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix, and we sped past Raikkonen off the line. We can move up to 7th immediately. We're getting very close to Ricciardo there, down into turn 1, and Massa has got past us there as well, into turn 1. Now coming into turn 1, trying to go round the outside of Ricciardo. No, not quite. We can go round the outside, touching with Massa there. We get past Massa into 7th place, and a good start to this race. And we can see that there's actually a bit of a collision behind there at turn 3 there. So what has happened here to, I don't know what's happened back there. Something has happened back there. And we have a Toro Rosso. Kvyat, and there is a collision there with a McLaren, it looks like. Don't tell me Carlos Sainz has been involved in another incident. It looks like he has, he's been touched, and Sainz has gone straight into the wall at turn 3. Sainz, for the 2nd race running, has actually crashed into the wall, and there's Fernando Alonso also off. So the two Spaniards have had have had the worst start to this Grand Prix in Spain, and the two home heroes are basically out of it. So at the moment in this Grand Prix, that's a real shame. But Sainz, for the 2nd race running, is now out of this. For the 2nd race running, has been involved in the first lap crash, and the virtual safety car has been deployed for that crash, and Felipe Massa has got out ahead of us, who we got ahead of course, so we have to concede the position to him there. But we have a virtual safety car for the first time in our YouTube channel in this game, and it's not the first time I've had a virtual safety car, but it's the first time on my YouTube channel I've had it. But now here we go, where the virtual safety car has ended on this lap, and I think I went a bit too early, but I didn't realise it would stop now. And so I went braking a bit too early here, and there's a bit of madness up behind here with Hulkenberg and Kvyat going between Raikkonen, and there's like 5 cars bunched up together there down into turn 1. That was brilliant racing there. Button won out of all of that, so McLaren gets into 9th place, and here we go down into turn 4. We are behind Felipe Massa, and now coming down the next lap on lap 3. We're behind Felipe Massa down into turn 4. We are purple by 1.6 seconds. on the fastest lap time. I'm not sure what it is. Well, we slid there at the exit of turn 4. Now into turn 5, the hard left-hander. And now showing Felipe Massa down into turn 6. Can we get him on the inside here? Yes, we can. Into 7th place. Felipe Massa has been passed. And that was actually a decent move. I've never seen an overtake at that corner. And that was one of the overtakes at that corner. So the only overtake I've seen in that corner is a faster car on a back marker. Pretty much. You can't pass there. But I managed to do it. And we get up into P7 in this Spanish Grand Prix. And that was actually a camera angle there, but let's see Felipe Massa's point of view now. Here we are coming on the inside, and wow, that was like stinging up the inside there. And for once the AI did not back out on the outside, so bit of an improvement there. But now Massa on the straight now, on lap 4 of the Spanish Grand Prix. He's got DRS open, and he's going to shoot past us on the straight. By the way, we are terrible on the straights in Spain, so we're going to get swept left, right, and centre in this Grand Prix. Massa has passed us back for 7th place, but can we return the favour back to us as we come down into turn 3 and into 4? And we go onto the artificial grass there, and wow. But now coming onto the straight, onto lap 5, and moving on to lap 6 of the Spanish Grand Prix. We've got DRS open on Felipe Massa. Down into turn 1. Here we go. What can we do to him down into turn 1? 350 kilometers an hour. We're going to go up the inside into turn 1 from a long way back. And we get the position on Felipe Massa into 7th place. That was a really good pass there. That was a bit of a dive bomb, but there is actually a battle here behind me and Massa, where Hulkenberg is actually pulling out to the inside of Jensen Button there. But there's our move on Felipe Massa. That's a good move. And Hulkenberg did actually win out on Jensen Button there, so Hulkenberg has passed Jensen Button and he's now up into 8th place, I believe. And here we go. That was a good move, by the way. So let's see the move from Massa's rear wing. It actually wasn't that far. We were getting on him down the straight, but here we go up the inside, almost touching him there. That would have been a puncture for me in real life if we touched there, but lucky that we didn't. Let's see the nose cam just for a second to see how close we got there. Oh, that was quite close, but obviously as he backed out. Here we go with a interesting moment here where we go up on 2 wheels on the curb. I didn't know that was a deadly curb, but we go up on 2 wheels there, and that is pretty good. That was actually right on the limit there. But that proves that we can actually, on this lap, on lap 6, we are pitting at the end of lap 6. And here we go into the pit lane, changing to a set of medium tyres, of course. And I believe at this point, you should see in a minute, the Hulkenberg, Button and Raikkonen are in a ding-dong battle. Here we go, for a pit stop. And we got held by the Haas there, and Felipe Massa. So, the Haas had to hold us. And we've got out behind Felipe Massa, which is unfortunate. But our pit stop is successful. We're almost successful. And let's see if we can get Felipe Massa out of the pit lane here. We're actually getting quite close to him here. We're going to go much for traction. And he's just slowed down. He's just slowed down. I believe he actually broke there and let me through like I did a couple of times when I was bad at 2013. But here we go with that ding-dong battle I was talking about with Hulkenberg, Button and Raikkonen. There were 3 wide down into turn 1, and Raikkonen passed the pair of them on that straight. That was a good pass from Raikkonen to get up into, I believe, 7th place effectively. And here we go, there's people on the pit lane now, including my teammate Nico Hulkenberg. Can we get out ahead of him? Here we go. We just come up ahead of Jensen Button, but can we get out ahead of our teammate Nico Hulkenberg? No, not quite. But here we go. We're going to go round the outside, and yes, we do get Nico Hulkenberg into 11th place out of the pit lane. So, an interesting race so far in Spain. Now, skipping on to lap 8 of this Grand Prix. We're still in P11, and we have the Kimi Raikkonen there, behind the 2 Renaults, I believe that is. And Raikkonen is really getting held up here by the Renaults. And can Raikkonen... There is actually a bit of action there. with the Renaults. They're side by side into turn 1. And I think the Renaults have actually switched each other. Let's see that battle because I couldn't quite see it. So here's Raikkonen's point of view. I believe that's Kevin Magnussen ahead with DRS on his teammate Jolyon Palmer into turn 1. And he's pulled out to the inside and he's actually got the move done there. It is Magnussen indeed who has got ahead of Jolyon Palmer, and Raikkonen has not got past him. So Raikkonen is really being held up by the two Renaults here. And here we go. Here's the TV cam of Kevin Magnussen with DRS here, trying to gain past Jolyon Palmer into turn 1. The Renaults side by side, and Raikkonen gets cut off by Jolyon Palmer. That is interesting. Very interesting to see Raikkonen held up behind those two Renaults. And meanwhile, he's still held up on lap 9 here. I'd like Raikkonen to really pass these Renaults here because he's really holding. They are really holding him up here. But now, can we try to go up the inside of Raikkonen here because he's getting blocked? He's coming up the inside of Raikkonen, and we're going to go up the inside of Jolyon Palmer as well, and we get them both now into turn 10. Pretty decent move there, but of course Jolyon Palmer was just holding up Kimi Raikkonen quite a lot, so it was fairly easy to be honest, but that's fine. Here we are from the rear wing view of me, up the inside of Raikkonen. And I left enough space for Raikkonen to go through on Jolyon Palmer, but he did not take that. So let's see the onboard camera of Kimi Raikkonen again. And he's barely even going for the move there, but here he sees me forcing off Jolyon Palmer. And he doesn't even go for the opportunity, he just backs out the move like he's scared of the move or something. I don't know why he's done that. Here we go, on to lap 10 of the Spanish Grand Prix. We're behind Kevin Magnussen in the Renault, down towards turn 3 and turn 4. We've got much protection here, and we're going to go up the inside into turn 4 on Kevin Magnussen. We're going to go side by side, and we get Magnussen into turn 4. That's a good move from us there. And here's the replay of the move. And that was actually a good move. We're side by side with the Renault, and it was a pretty good move on Kevin Magnussen. But now, on to lap 11, one lap later in this Grand Prix. We have Daniel Kvyat in the pits, but now Raikkonen is going to shoot past us with DRS on the straight, and Kimi Raikkonen gets past us. Now that he's in clear air, and now Raikkonen, we're going to try and go back up the inside, and we get him back into 7th place. This is not the best race so far, but obviously because we're battling for 7th, that's why it's not the best race so far. But it's still a good battle with Raikkonen here. But now, here we go, Raikkonen's going to shoot past us again with DRS. He's coming to the inside this time, and he's got the move done with DRS open. Now coming to turn 1, we're trying to go around the outside. Once again on Kimi Raikkonen, we've gone wide there, and that's cost us a position on Raikkonen, and we're down into P8 now. This is costly. This Spanish Grand Prix has been a disaster so far. We barely even... The virtual safety car was the one that got us a mistake. But here we go with the two Mercedes on lap 7, at the end of lap 7, battling away with Hamilton having DRS open, shooting past his teammate Nico Rosberg. So the Mercedes are going to have a ding-dong battle here on this lap. And actually, on the penultimate lap now, that was actually on lap 13, but now on the penultimate lap, 3 laps later, Nico Rosberg is now going to get DRS, and he's looking to get Lewis Hamilton back here. This is 3 laps later on the penultimate lap, and Rosberg is gaining on Lewis Hamilton. He's going to pull out to the inside, and Rosberg gets the move on Lewis Hamilton, so this is a good battle between these two Mercedes for the lead of this race. And Rosberg gets the lead again of the Spanish Grand Prix. It actually could be that the pattern could continue here. Rosberg, okay, so here we go with the straight here, with Felipe Massa gaining on Nico Hülkenberg, and he sped past him there. Felipe Massa has moved up into 9th place. A good move from him. Force India have had a terrible day in this race. They are 8th and 10th at the moment. But now Felipe Massa should get past us on the straight here. But anyway, the pattern could continue with the Mercedes, with Rosberg winning in Australia, and now Felipe Massa shoots past us, as I said right there. He's shot past us. As I said, Rosberg won in Australia, Hamilton won in Bahrain, Rosberg won in China, Hamilton won in Russia, and Rosberg could win in Spain, so the pattern could win. The pattern could continue here between the two Mercedes. but we couldn't actually catch Massa back there at the end of that race. And we were trying to hold off our teammate Nico Hülkenberg for P9 in the Spanish Grand Prix. And around the final corner, finishing in our worst position of the season, we finished in 9th place. That's our worst result of this career mode season, of quick race career mode season. And we finished in 9th place in the Spanish Grand Prix. We actually got swoop passed by the McLaren Honda. That's just embarrassing. But Mercedes indeed win, and Nico Rosberg indeed did win the Spanish Grand Prix, and the pattern does indeed continue between those two Mercedes. Rosberg won in Australia, Hamilton won in Bahrain, Rosberg won in China, Hamilton won in Russia, and now Rosberg wins in Spain. That is actually really interesting between the two Mercedes there. Here we go, here they come out onto the podium. Rosberg climbs up to the top step of the podium and celebrates. I'm not sure who the driver of the day in this will be. It won't be me, obviously, because I reckon it'll be someone like, I don't know, but here goes Rosberg spraying the champagne all over Sebastian Vettel, who, by the way, gets his second podium in 2 races. Sebastian Vettel has done well, and here we go for the results.
Let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Nico Rosberg, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm giving driver of the day to Rio Haryanto. He's pushed and he's found some fantastic performance. He was an absolute pleasure to watch today.
It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.
So Rio Haryanto has actually been given the driver of the day, which is quite interesting. I'm not sure if he deserves that or not, because every time Haryanto gets given the driver of the day, or a backmarker gets driver of the day, apart from Jolyon Palmer, it's not really deserved. But there you go, you can see, interesting there, Sainz gets a warning. He's got 2 warnings there. Sainz got a collision with severe penalty, but Rosberg wins the Spanish Grand Prix from Lewis Hamilton, and Sebastian Vettel, Max Verstappen in 4th, ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, which is interesting. Valtteri Bottas, then Kimi Räikkönen, Felipe Massa, then me, Nico Hülkenberg in 10th, ahead of Jenson Button, then Romain Grosjean in 12th, ahead of Daniel Kvyat, Esteban Gutierrez. Rio Haryanto was 15th, so he actually did deserve that. Fernando Alonso in 16th, and Marcus Ericsson, Pascal Wehrlein, Kevin Magnussen, Carlos Sainz, who once again gets involved in an incident on the first lap, which is unfortunate. Jolyon Palmer and Felipe Nasser finishes last place for the Spanish Grand Prix. And the championship standings I didn't want to add because I'll just waste time in the video again. So I hope you enjoyed this rather dull, maybe wasn't the best race, Spanish Grand Prix. See you guys at my next video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and click the bell button for notifications, and goodbye.